I've had really good success with them in their product line, except specifically in the ADD world. So that's the one that comes to mind the best right now.
Okay. No, that's great. That's helpful. Okay, so can we backtrack to which way do I want to go next? Okay, so let's get into EHR. So as you're going through the EHR workflow, and I know you're pushing things sort of out. So talk to me about how you're utilizing sort of EHR in your day. I mean, is it an iPad going into, the appointment with that particular family? And are you sort of going into it after the fact, number one? And then number two, what is the appetite for you or that team of four to kind of do things within the workflow? What I mean by that is pull down a prior authorization form, or that enrollment form I was talking about earlier. Would they be open, or would you be open to pulling down an enrollment form and completing it in the workflow and then submitting it that way?
So I think I would not. We do, like from all of the vast majority of our prescribers, like log into the EHR in the room, like.
Yep.
Like that's the first thing we do. We say like, hey, how have you been? How's things? How's the world going? We like chit chat while we're logging into the EHR in the room. We use thin clients in the exam rooms. Or a couple of people use a mobile cart or a CAL, a computer on wheels that they leap around. And so that's like how we do it. But and then once that's open, then like we do our documentation live, and as people are telling us answers, we fill out the boxes and stuff like that. And then we prescribe like in the room at the time. And like I said, that it has been helpful to get the formulary information in the room so that we can like upfront tell people, oh, it looks like your insurance doesn't cover this, or actually most commonly I just don't even tell them. I'm like, I'm going to write this drug for you. Like, oh, let's get you a medicine for your whatever, eczema or your asthma or whatever. And then the box pops up and I just change it, and then I tell them about the drug that's actually covered rather than the one that I was originally prescribed. So like, the discussion doesn't happen. As far as a form at the time, like it would drive me, like I don't want to do it. I would, if the form popped up, I would email it off to the on-call team and say, hey, it looks like there's a form on this kid. Can you guys work on that?
Okay.
And then, because it would just, it would totally bog down the workday. It's like I stopped and filled it out
completely
while I was sitting there talking to somebody. Yeah.
If it did pop up and you had to kind of push it to this team, would that be annoying to you, or would you be like, okay, it's cool, it's kind of built into the workflow, I don't want to do it, but this team could do it easily and then it's done? So where do you stand with that?
So I think it would be quite reasonable.
Okay.
For me, if it pops up, for as long as it if you X out of the form, that it goes away forever, and then you have to go back to some manual process or something like that. It would need to be something that could be deferred, so I could send it to them, or in a smaller office that doesn't have an on-call team that I could fill out, but I don't want to do it now because I'm sitting in front of Susie and her mom. And I don't want to okay, give me 3 minutes. I got to type a whole bunch of buttons and just like that. I don't want to do it.
Totally.
But as long as it wasn't a hard stop, you got to do this now or never.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. It's just, again, it's all, I know these are such basic kind of administrative questions. It's just helping me sort of understand from your perspective, what's easiest, what's not going to cause, a burden sort of on you and your staff. So, okay, that's helpful. Okay, so I'm going to change gears here. So we talked about being kind of kept in the loop. This is another kind of being kept in the loop conversation. So just go with me on this. So let's say there's a therapy out there for X, and it requires whatever every day. There's something that child is going to have to do every day, and for, let's say, 30 days. And there's also a companion, let's say it's a portal or